When we begin our journey into personal transformation, when we alchemize our wounds and we ignite our desires, we really need to take a moment and look at where we are beginning with that. You can't just jump into the brewing pot of alchemy and expect results without going through each step of the way. Because these steps are important to the building process. They are the gateways, the thresholds to each initiation. And through each step and initiate experience that you have, you will be able to continue to hold that frequency that you have discovered within yourself during that step in the process. So here, as I climb these steps on my walk, I want to touch base on the mystery of alchemy. And I hear so many people using this word alchemy these days. It has become a lot more widespread of a word, yet people may not always know what alchemy is. They they connect alchemy with magic. Yes, there's magic. They connect alchemy with the elements. Yes, it's about the elements. They connect alchemy with the ethereal. Yes, there is all of these aspects to the mystery of alchemy. The brewing pot that is transforming the contents. And that brewing pot really is your body. It is your physical form. And as we shift into alignment with what our true purpose is, we begin to see differently. We begin to see ourselves differently. We begin to see the world in a different way. When we really let go of what it is that we are afraid of. But in order to let go of that, we really have to, honestly, look at it first. If you're willing to take that step and look at and dig deep into what it is that's been holding you back in your own life from achieving your desires, achieving the life that you want to live, what's holding you back in your own mediocrity, what it is something that you have been avoiding. So when you're ready to stop avoiding that thing, then you are opening your eyes and your perspective to what is capable, what is possible, what you have the ability to achieve. But we can only get there through the lens of being able to look at ourselves and have the courage to change our perspective about the stories that we tell ourselves and shift those stories and spells into a new formation. And with that new formation, we can use that as a stepping stone to get to the next step, to get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is you. You haven't been able to accept that yet, though. When I know that when I was able to accept that I am the root of my own problem, my own suffering, regardless of what anybody else has done, said, or interfered in my life with, I am still the one that's holding on to the energy of this pain, hurt, anxiety, disappointment, etc., etc. And therefore, I've been able to really help other people understand this concept in a deeper way, not in just a cliche way, but truly be able to look at themselves differently by getting down to the root of what it is that they are holding on to for dear life that is just not serving them. So, are you ready to grow, expand like this tree, and become more of what you were meant to be in this life? What is holding you back from achieving that? Is it the story that you're telling yourself that you don't have enough money? You're not pretty enough. You're not good looking enough. You're not fit enough. You're not ready. You're not certified enough. You're not enough. And is that what you want to keep telling yourself? Because when you can change that story within yourself into, I am enough, I am valuable, it really comes down to a personal value and what that personal value is that you are, that you hold on to, that you create for yourself. Nobody else is going to create that for you. That's on you. And if you're going to carry the resonance of other people's pain, other people's trauma, what they have done to you, yeah, this is not easy. I say this, but it takes work. And that's why we look at the root first. We look at the root of the problem, because the root will lead us to the crown. But first, we must have the willingness and the courage to look at ourselves and face our fears and face what it is about ourselves that we have been holding on to that's holding us back in life. We all have it. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes they're loud. But those little voices that say, you're not enough. You can't do that. You're too old. You're too young. You're too skinny. You're too short. You're too fat. You're too ugly. You're too this, that, this, that. So that story that you've been telling yourself, yeah, that's your little comfort zone telling you you're fine over here. I don't need to expand, become more, or become who I'm really meant to be. I'm just over here being little old me and, I'm not enough. Well, as long as you continue to tell yourself that, you're going to fight with your dreams and you're going to fight with your vision, because you won't have the ability to see it through if you don't have the self-concept of, I am enough. Not only just am I enough, but I am vastly abundant within myself. And I have the ability to create and recreate my reality over and over again. So with that being said, here I am opening up to this beautiful day, and I'm excited to move on into my day, go to work and do other things. But I wanted to share this morning walk with you and give some insight, perspective, and a little joy out to the internet, and some alchemy, because this is what I've been working on for years, is the connections between the different pillars of alchemy and how we can transform our own reality through these initiations and move into a more congruent life, and a life that is more abundant and joyful and embodied, and where we can really hold the shadow of ourselves as well as the light as sacred, and understand ourselves in a whole different way, where perspective becomes the true goal. Because when you can truly see yourself, then you can relate to others differently. You can relate to yourself and your environment differently. You can respond differently instead of react. So when you know yourself, you know what your triggers are, you know what you're afraid of, you know what you desire, you know where your excuses are. That right there is the gold, because that's the point where you can actually make a change. you can actually take that information and transform it into something useful. Enjoy these beautiful flowers with me. And yes, we can transform that pain and that lack of purpose and that fear and that trauma and all of those excuses and your avoidance of growth, all of it. Transform that, flip that into something that's going to bring you abundance, bring you a new perspective about what you're capable of. So when we're ready to shift the storyline of what we're telling ourselves we can or cannot do, then we are ready to transform and take our power back and take back our energy from the excuses, the fear, and all of the residue that doesn't belong to us. So if you want to own fear and continue in a mediocre life and live with mediocrity and not go for your dreams, that's your choice. You can do that. You can live a life that makes excuses for yourself if you want to. Or you can take a chance and allow me to help you as well find that inner balance and alignment and alchemize all of this stuff into a better version of who you are by allowing yourself to shift. But you have to take the first step. You have to take the first step. And I'm offering that. I'm offering a first step. I'm offering 7 steps into the pillars of alchemy and a coaching opportunity for those who want it. It's $111 per session. I offer 2-hour sessions for each one-on-one. And I have a Venmo you can use to book your session with me. Now, I offer people a package for all 7 sessions if you want to sign up for them. And this is just a heck yes, please. I want this. Or if you want to just try each step individually at your own pace, I offer one-on-one sessions as well for each individual pillar through the alchemical process. And I love to go deep within these concepts and help shift the mindset and the energy resonation within others. Because really, you can change your mind, but you have to embody it as well. And the thread between those two are what really solidify this into your body and change how you live, change how your decisions are made, and change how you move in the world. So here I am on this long walk, long talk, but sometimes long talks are good and needed. In a world full of short clips and, instant gratification, I'm here to just share myself and what I have been working on. And I enjoy sharing in my walks sometimes in the mornings. People can get a better view of me and what I am here for and what I am offering and how I move in the world. So thank you for joining and thank you for listening to this entirety of the video. And I appreciate that. So don't forget a thumbs up and comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, I'm going to end the video now and say thank you for everyone who has taken a moment to listen to the end. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.